I think you guys can see me. You should. There's a green light on over there. I just had a jacket on a moment ago. It is so cold here. And I shouldn't probably complain because I probably have some people from the East Coast on this. Maria is on it. She's going to be like, you can shut your mouth about it being cold, right? Tom, yeah. Okay, I won't complain about my 58-degree weather here because I just talked to one of my students who's from Erie, Pennsylvania, and it was like -20 with 4 feet on the snow on the ground. I don't even understand that. There's snow up on Mauna Kea. I can see Mauna Kea from, well, I got the window shade down, but I can see Mauna Kea. Those of you who are coming to Huna, level 4s, we're going on a field trip. It's going to be cold. I'll post that on the group page, though. But anyway, awesome. Let's get started, you guys. I know a few people are joining in. We're recording the session right now. I am unshaven and in T-shirt because we are Team Empowerment Partnership Health and Fitness, and I show up in more of a health and fitness mode, that's for sure, big time. So for those of you who are watching on the recording, welcome, and for anyone that's on here that I don't personally know, I'm looking at this list, I think I know all of you. And if I don't, well, then you'll figure it out eventually. Anyway, we also got Greg on here. I want to give a big thank you to Greg. Greg puts in countless hours doing his best to help you guys out, to help you guys with your opportunities for success, and very thankful for that. We also got Adrian on here, part of our team. We just did our annual marketing meeting yesterday at the Empowerment Partnership, and she called in for it, and we did about 5 or 6 hours, I think, maybe. Oh, we took a lunch break in the middle there and got a ton of stuff done, talked a lot about Beachbody, how we are integrating it, the timeline of that. I'm going to fill you guys in just a moment, but I want to give a couple more shout outs. Terrell and Jill are on here, and these two individuals are going to be running our 3-day refresh. We're going to be doing a 3-day refresh on a regular basis. So thank you both very much. You guys are absolutely killing it and stepping up and helping out. Big appreciation for that. Tom's also on here. Also want to give a big shout out to Tom because he's helping out with our website and helping put all of that together. And, you know, just a lot of big thanks all around. It was really neat to explain how all of this is going to integrate with what we do at the Empowerment Partnership. And the reason why that's so important to you and what this whole webinar is about tonight is about success. It's about success and failure and the difference between a successful person and a person who sees failure. Right now, we have 332 coaches that have signed up under us in our team in just 4 months. And you compare it to our upline. You compare it to Jason, who is a major part. Did Jason get on here tonight? I've been texting him back and forth. Jason, who's in our upline, who is instrumental in helping us set up our whole team, our organization. You know, he's got like 40-something thousand coaches under him. So obviously, we're a small blip on the radar, but we're moving fast. And we're picking up some momentum. We're picking up some steam. And Greg and I really want to help you guys be successful. This whole thing that we're doing is just such a huge win-win. I'm keeping my phone over here just to let you guys know. If you see me looking over at it, it's because sometimes Greg or Adrian might text me, and I want to make sure that I check that if they do. But let me get back to it. We want you guys to be successful, and we want you guys to be successful because it's a win-win. And I'm going to talk about that tonight. I'm also going to talk about the mindset of success, and I'm going to open it up to questions. But let's do a little bit more housekeeping. If you're not a part of it, you've got to be on Facebook. You have to. You wouldn't be here on the webinar if you weren't on Facebook. So I'm thinking that you are on our Facebook team page. If not, type in TEP, and Greg or I will authorize you. We're not authorizing everyone. I see some of my students who are awesome, asking for access to it. This is for you guys. This is for the coaches. This is for Beachbody coaches only. So if you got friends out there that you're like, oh man, we're killing it, they need to sign up. They need to sign up. These are resources for you guys. This is for our team. So there's a few in there that we're ignoring, and I hate doing that because I love those individuals, And if they're not signing up and being a part of the team, it's not resourceful for us to have them in there, nor is it resourceful for them. So big picture, it's for you and all the resources that we're putting together. It's all about you and making this a total win-win. Again, our motto, our concept, our idea is total health for you. And we talked about this yesterday. Spent some time. You know, I have such an amazing team. I could not do what I do if not for our team. And I straight up have to always acknowledge that. We have 11 people, 12, I'm sorry, we have 12 people that are a part of the Empowerment Partnership team, ranging from independent contractors, part-time to full-time employees. And on average, people have been with us right around 7 years. That's pretty good. I'm very thrilled with that. The average used to be higher. We had 2 accountants that were with us for 13 years, and they just recently retired, and we brought on a new accountant. And so we have some people that are new, and that brings the average down a little bit. And to think about that, though, on average, 7 years I got these people on my team, and I'm so proud of that. At one point, we had 25 employees worldwide. I ran a university. I ran a small university that was founded in 1994, and in 1999 set a 10-year goal to get the university accredited. The name of the university was Kona University, originally American Pacific University. Got it accredited. It was a 5-year process to get it accredited. It took 5 years to get it ready for accreditation. It took another 5 years to get it nationally accredited. And we had a master's degree in transpersonal psychology. And it was a huge achievement. I mean, to do that, there's recordings of me. Yeah, there has to be at least 2 or 3 recordings of me in our product where I got up and I said, I am the president of an accredited university. I'm a doctor of psychology, and it was such an empowering thing for me. It really was, to have this 10-year goal. 1999, I don't have a graduate degree. I'm running a university that's unaccredited, and I'm in my late 20s. And I say, here's what I want to do. My dad sat there and said, he goes, I don't know people that set goals like that far out. He's like, are you sure? I said, yeah. I said, I can do it. I said, I know I can. And as we were getting the university cleaned up and prepped for accreditation, I went back to school, got a master's degree in business, got my PhD in psychology, and graduated, and shortly thereafter got the university accredited. Took 10 years. Actually took 9. I cut a year off of it. And I was so proud. I was proud of our team. We put together the best. I had a guy named Dr. Fred Saba, the foremost expert on instructional design. And we put together a program that I would have put up against any university that does online education. Our program was second to none. We raised funding. I put so much of my own personal income into it. In the practitioner CD collection, someone asked me, one of my students, what are you going to do when you're retired? I had earned enough income and generated enough wealth that at that time, I no longer needed to work. I was like, what do you mean, what am I going to do when I'm retired? I'm freaking 30-something, and I'm retired right now. I said, I'm saying that with my ego aside. I'm straight up in a financial situation where I'm totally retired. A student came up to me on break and said, this is inspirational. I said, yeah, I know. I said, I worked my ass off. I work smarter, not harder. We got accredited in 2008, right in the middle of the stock market crash. And the year before, we were getting 100 inquiries a month, and we were poised to be a multi-million-dollar online university with a funnel of students being fed from our practitioner trainings. I got a practitioner course accredited. We had an accredited practitioner certification online. I have some students that are graduates with an accredited practitioner level degree. Just incredible. In 2008, the 100 inquiries a month dropped down to 10. In 2009, we dumped in a whole nother level of funding and began to go through an approval process to get a degree that was going to give people results, because the degree that we created was for a student that no longer existed. By 2010, we had to reorganize the university because we were not getting any more students. I had to let a whole bunch of people go. And by 2011, the writing was on the wall, and we did a shutdown plan. It took 2 years to shut it down, and that meant that I had to funnel in more money in order to get the university to shut down in a way that has total integrity. And Dr. Staub and I were the last 2 employees of the university, and when we taught out the last student, Dr. John Ryan, who's now one of our trainers, who is John on here? No, John's not on here, probably watching the video. When we finally shut it down, the 3 of us got on a phone call and talked about what a magnificent journey it had been. Dr. Saba had been with me for 3 or 4 years at that point. Dr. John Ryan had been with me for about 5 years. And I had students in tears. I had students that came up to me and they were just like, "We're so sorry for you." And I said, "Why?" I said, "Oh, why?" Because that was like your 10-year dream. And because of the economy, I said, "Hold on just a moment." I said, "I learned something so valuable." I said, "I learned that when you're going to do something like this, you better have a contingency plan. You better have a backup plan." I learned that in business, that the thing that I say now on stage is that if you don't have a mentor to model, they can't warn you about the pitfalls ahead. I had no one that I was looking at to model or asking to be my mentor. I learned some amazing, valuable lessons that the team that you surround yourself with will determine how you start, continue, and end something. I learned another valuable lesson, and that is the energy of ending things, how to bring things to completion. I became punno, is the only word that I can think of, right, with shutting something down. I had never shut down a university. I'd never shut down a business. I had people come up to me and go, "I'm so sorry that it failed." And I said, "What are you talking about? How can you say that it failed? The university succeeded. I achieved everything that I wanted to achieve. I'm no longer in a position where I can claim that I'm in retirement mode." Nope. I put so much money into it, I'm no longer in retirement mode. I have a mortgage on a house because of it, and I didn't have a mortgage previously. There's a specific reason why I'm telling you all of this, because I feel like I'm a successful person. And successful people don't accept failure. And by accepting, I mean I don't ever look at what happened with the university as a failure. If anything, I looked at it as one of the most expensive lessons I've ever gotten. I put so much time and money and energy into that experience. And the learnings that came from it were more powerful than the learnings that I got going back to school and getting a PhD, in teaching thousands of people, tens of thousands of people over the past 3 decades. Of all of those things, that was one of the biggest lessons. I got to run the board for a K through 12 school because of that. I'm brought in at my kids' school to give feedback about how things are running. I talked to the new head over there. I'm the president of a board for a foundation that has hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of scholarships to give out annually. I've done consulting work for major corporations because of that experience. And if anything happened to everything that I'm doing right now, like if something happened today, I know I can land on my feet, because here's the deal. I'm a successful individual, and I don't see anything that has ever happened to me as being a failure. And I'm congruent about that. Those of you who have done NLP, you can look at my physiology. Those of you who are watching this video, I hope you pay attention to this, because we all have in our hands the ability to be successful with something, or the ability to see what we have done as a complete fail. And that small little moment where you get to decide what that is determines whether you're a successful person or not. And I don't measure success by how much money you have in the bank, or how many coaches you have beneath you, or how many students you have in the room. I measure success with one simple thing. Are you able to create the money, needs, and resources, the physical fitness, and the relationships that you have with individuals? Are you able to generate and create those things and manifest when you need to? In order for you guys to be here and be a part of our team, I needed someone to run it. Greg appeared. I had known Greg for a long time. The universe, I don't want to get too spiritual here, but the universe literally provided Greg. Greg, I need someone to run this. I'm your guy, he said. He said, I'm giving up a Department of Defense job to do this. I said, holy shit. He goes, well, what are you doing? I said, I'm going all in with this. If you're doing that, I'm matching your intensity and I'm matching what you're doing. I'm going all in with this. I said, I need you to see my bigger plan because it's not going to be a flip the switch. I'm a 10-year thinking type of guy, easily. I have 10-year goals with this stuff. I see where we as a team will be in that time. I need you guys to get on board with that. I want you guys to be successful, and I want you to begin to see that the success is not in my hand. My success is, your success is in your hand. Take a look at your hand for a moment. Look at your hand and just imagine right there you have this big opportunity that's being handed to you. And your choice is, what do you do with it? What do you do with it? Do you sit there and go, I'll think about it later? Or do you grab it and say, I'm going to run with this. I'm going to get some action going. I'm going to do something, because if you do that, you'll avoid the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And we'll talk about that. Let's delve into what we're talking about today. We're going to review the principles for success. If you did a practitioner training, I'm going to relate it directly to business. We're going to talk about reframing time and obstacles. I want to talk about the mindset of successful individuals, and I'm going to open it up to questions and answers. Give me your best. Tell me what it is that you need, and we're going to see if we can provide that. Either I can answer it, or I can say we're going to do a webinar on that. And that's it. That's what we're covering tonight. Let's get started. At the practitioner training, for those of you that have done it, you got to learn about the 5 principles for success. The 5 principles for success are: know your outcome, take action, have sensory acuity, have behavioral flexibility, and operate from a physiology and a psychology of excellence. NLP didn't invent the wheel. They went out there and said, what do successful people do? This is what successful people do. So first of all, do you have an outcome with what you're doing? You haven't even have a reason why you are doing this Beachbody thing. Straight up, successful people do not go into business unless they know their reason why. And I know there's a handful of you that I'm looking on here, and there are some people on here like Chris Utek, who's known me for a long time, Jose Rodriguez, who's been known, Maria, who one of my Haumana, I mean, Pamela, Pauline. I know you guys. I know you and have gotten to know you over the years. Tom, I've known since, I don't know, almost 10 years ago, Tom. I'm thinking it's getting close to 10. There's a handful of students that just straight up emailed me and said, I'm signing up because you said that I should. Honestly, Greg and Jason were like, holy cow. Some of my older students, and I'm not by older, I don't mean older as in age. Those of you who are older than I am sitting there going, I don't mean older as in age. I mean students who have been with me for a while. I know some of you signed up because you're just like, man, he said he's doing it. By God, I'm doing it too. And I appreciate that. I appreciate and I so treasure that level of trust. That's awesome if you did it that way. Now get a damn outcome. What do you want to achieve with this? What level of income do you want to make? Is that realistic? Use your SMART goals. Set your goal and get really clear. Why are you doing this? I'm doing it because it's going to free up my time. That's my reason. That's my motivation. This stuff is straight up going to free up my time because I'm not going to teach as much. Oh, I love to teach. I'm still going to be doing practitioner trainings, master practitioner. I'm going to spend quality time with my family. Done. That's it. And how do I do that? I free up my time. The company can't pay me as much if I don't do as many trainings. So what does that mean? That means I need to bring in other sources of income. I have other income streams. This is one of them. That's my reason why. Take action. I did a test at Boston 30% of the room ran to the back table. I met with Greg that night. I said, we're all in. It's a done deal. Successful people are quick to make decisions and slow to undo them. Taking action is simple. You've got to begin to open your mouth. The only way you're going to know how to get better at pitching Beachbody and enrolling coaches and selling this product is to begin to do it, is to begin to test it out, to get congruent about this stuff. You got to take action, though. The first one, I can help you. I can teach you SMART goals. The second one is you do something. Practice these techniques on yourself. Get congruent about it. The second one is have sensory acuity. Having sensory acuity means I saw the stock market crashing and realized that we were no longer going to have the client, the student that we built our program around. And we began to scramble to create a new program. But the accreditation process for a brand new program was just too long. We weren't able to get it done in time. Having sensory acuity is you're paying attention to what's going on around you, that you're noticing when you're talking with someone about it. You're paying attention to other people that are a part of our team, seeing what they're doing. You're absorbing the information. Having behavioral flexibility is you roll with the times. You are able to practice the law of requisite variety. The person with the most flexibility ends up controlling the system. Network marketing is very, how do you say? Network marketing is very methodical with here's the right way to do it. Right way means you grab the coach, you build out your market, you build out your network marketing team, your strong leg, your weak leg. Having behavioral flexibility is, for me, bringing Greg on board and redefining what network marketing is for our team and making it as positive a win-win as possible. Having behavioral flexibility is learning from someone like Jason how to do something and taking his advice and hearing it and incorporating it. Having behavioral flexibility is me getting out of the way of P90X is the best workout and talking to someone for whom it's not the best workout, that there's another workout that's better for them. Having behavioral flexibility is when you're talking to someone, changing your approach so that you begin to get the results that you want. Behavioral flexibility is you remain flexible. Operating from a physiology and psychology of excellence, that's an easy one, you guys. That is practicing what you know. That is being able to reframe obstacles, being able to reframe what you're doing, and all the time doing the very best that you can, plain and simple. Today was cold. Today was a type of day, I don't know about you guys, but when it's rainy and cloudy out like it is right now, I just want to stay under the covers. I just want to I wanted to keep Skylar home and stay in bed and just snuggle with her. And I love doing that. Man, it would be awful if I lived in a place that was cold all the time. I'd probably get nothing done. It took so much effort for me to get my ass into the garage and work out this morning. I was straight up like, oh man, I was wondering if I needed a chain of anchors. And I stopped and I went, I bet you Greg worked out today. God, I hope he did, man, because if he didn't, I'm going to kill him. I bet you Greg worked out today. Or at the very least, he worked out yesterday and today's a day off. You know what? I got to work out. And I did. I did a double workout today, in fact, just to show myself that I could. I haven't always lived by example. And people that have been around for a long time, they remember when I was heavier. And they remember when I was living paycheck to paycheck. People have been around long enough. Remember when I wasn't even successful from an income perspective. I always do my best, though. I always absolutely do my best. I reframe obstacles. I change my opinion about things. And behavioral flexibility and practicing what I know. Those last two bullet points are an area that I work on a lot. I always have an outcome. I always know why I'm doing something. You can ask me why I do NLP, why I do HUNA. I will be able to give you my answer instantaneously, and it's my level of empowerment. I know my deeper purpose for doing things. I know what my purpose is. My whole series of books that I'm writing is about finding your purpose. I better damn well know my own purpose. I take action. I do that one. I have really good sensory acuity. The thing that I practice a lot is behavioral flexibility, because everyone can get locked into their own mode, and operating for physiology and psychology of excellence. I always want to be doing the very best, because otherwise I don't think it's fair for me to tell you guys to do something. My general rule is, if I'm not doing it, I'm not going to tell you guys to do it. These 5 things right here are what successful people do, and you got to do them in this order. So where do you begin? Set your outcome. Once you have an outcome, you got to do something physical action. You need to take action and get going. What does take action mean? Guess what I had for breakfast, folks? I had Shakeology. That's what I had for breakfast. I got hungry yesterday on the way home. I mixed up another Shakeology. This morning I did, you guys are going to laugh at this, but I did P90X one-on-one diamond delts. I want slightly bigger shoulders, and I did P90X one-on-one bun shaper. Yeah, Tony Horton has a bun shaper. My ass is cooked right now. Walking up and down stairs is like, wow. I don't even know. And Skylar was like, Daddy, what are you working out today? I said, I'm working out my butt. Oh my God, the laugh in the car on the way to school was endless. Daddy, why do you have to work out your butt? Why? And so I said, Skylar, your butt is your biggest muscle. Oh my Lord. The jokes that were coming out were insane. We both went into an 8-year-old mode, which is not difficult for me, nor is it difficult for her, oddly enough, because she's 8. But we had a ton of fun on that, and she just couldn't wrap her mind around it. Why would you work out your buns? But I did. I worked out my buns. And why was I telling you that? I was telling you that because you take action. You've got to start doing your workouts. You've got to start doing these things. That's going to lead you to talking about it. The more congruent you get about the product, the more it's going to be easier for you to talk about it. You guys have seen before and after pictures of me. I have a level of congruency, but guess what? I had a level of congruency 30 days into P90X when I was able to start doing things physically that I never thought that I'd be able to do. And when I did my first pull-up, my level of congruency was insane. I would have never gotten there if I hadn't taken action. I have zero regret. You want to know what Jason said to me at one point? He goes, if you had been doing talking about this and you had been a coach from 2009, you know how much money you would have made by now? And I'm like, dude, who cares? I would have never met you, Jason, and I wouldn't have Greg on my team. And I would not have been able to do this because straight up, I don't have the time. I would not be able to manage it the way that Greg is managing it. I would not be able to be there for you guys. Like, I need an XO. I need someone to do that. Straight up, this would not be happening. I'm glad it took that long because I was able to get congruent about this product. I was able to get congruent about the company. It gave me the time to do that. Now is the right time. I have zero regret. Now that it's the right time, though, I'm taking action. And I have sensory acuity. Sensory acuity is watching you guys, congratulating people like Jill and Terrell who are stepping up and helping out and saying, look at these guys, how can we help them become more successful? You know, the first time we launched this in Master Practitioner, and 60-something% of the room signed up as coaches. We had an assistance team that was there. And Jason was like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are thinking doing this. And Greg and I are like, this is the right thing to do. They helped out. They kicked butt. We need to assist them. We gave them all coaches. We signed them up. We're like, hey, we're going to give you a personally sponsored coach, help you out, help you become Emerald. We're going to do everything we can. We did that. We learned because half of the people that we gave them to have done nothing. And that was an awful thing to do to that person that we assigned them. Because you know, I don't know why. Now they have a coach that's not doing anything. So now what we're going to do is, this is called having behavioral flexibility. We thought, yeah, man, we're just going to throw coaches out to everyone. Because you want to know, we don't need rank. Greg and I have rank to make so much money right now every week. We don't need rank anymore. We want to support you guys in volume. But here's the deal. How can we support you if you're not even supporting yourself? I'm saying that from my heart, you guys. I'm saying that from my heart. I see people stepping up. I will bend over backwards to help them out. Those of you who are my students on this call, who I've gotten on the phone with, there are some people on here. I've gotten on the phone with Tom. Tom's on here. Tom's been a long-time student of mine. Tom asks very chunked down questions. I love you, Tom. I know you're smiling at this one. Tom is the guy that would send me an email with like 22 questions in it, and I had to tell Tom, I can't handle 22 questions. I love you, buddy. I've gotten on the phone with this guy. to help him out with stuff. I'm not going to disclose what we talked about. We all go through times where it would be helpful to jump on. I stepped up and helped Tom because this guy is always in at 100%. That's how I am. Greg messages me, I need some help. Boom, I'm on the phone with him. Jason messaged me last week and said, I need some help. I don't have anyone to talk on my team phone call. I don't have anyone to do a talk. And would you step up and do that? I'm like, how much time are you giving me? He's like, 5 minutes to explain NLP. I'm like, oh, fuck. You want to know what my first thought was? I can't talk for only 5 minutes. Good God, my metaphors take longer than that. I mean, I'm like, really? So I messaged Jason back. I'm like, Jason, dude, can we jump on a phone call? We jumped on a call. I'm like, Jason, how long is your call? He said, it's an hour. I said, how much of that hour are you willing to give me? He said, the whole thing. I said, awesome. I'll take the whole hour. He's like, are you serious? He's like, I don't want to invade your time. You're hanging out with your kids. You should be grilling. Do you know how much time and energy this guy has put into helping us out? I'm like, Jason, dude, I'm giving you an hour. I said, that's no sweat off my back in any way, shape, or form, and I will fucking kill it in that hour. And I did. I did. And I had a lady on there who knew me from 10 years ago who remembered when I was heavy set, a part of his team, not even mine. And I'm like, I'm going to give you guys all of our resources on our team, even though it benefits me not at all. I'm going to give you all of these resources because if Jason's team is successful implementing what we know about energy, mind, and emotion, that's going to make everyone successful. And Jason's going to want to help out. It's called a win-win. When someone's all in, I go all in for them. Greg and I have that belief. If you are all in taking action with this, we will be there for you. And that's how we're going to begin to operate. We're going to begin to operate with that idea of how can we help you guys out. So here's the deal. One of the things that you have to reframe is obstacles. Most people see obstacles as this direct line. I'm going to go from San Diego to Kona. This is the last place that I was at teaching, I think. Is that where we were, Greg? We were in San Diego, right? Wait, Greg just texted me. I don't have my... Oh, there we go. Those who reach Diamond will be featured on our team page. Yeah, those who reach Diamond, we're going to be featuring you guys on our team page. Wait, let me jump in. Yeah, we were in San Diego. Greg just texted me. He's like, yeah, my memory's good. So I just came back from San Diego. That's the last place that I taught. We were in San Diego. So I took a flight. It wasn't direct. We went through Honolulu, but you guys get my point. And most people think that a flight is a straight line. I've never heard a pilot get on and say, you know, there's a little bit of turbulence and I don't know, there's a storm ahead. I'm not really on my A game today. I'm not really feeling so good. You know, I'm just going to fucking fly back to San Diego and kind of give up. I've never heard a pilot do that. They make a course correction. See, most people think that getting to a goal is a straight line. In actuality, getting to a goal can be twists, turns, ups, downs, lefts, rights. You have no idea. And in fact, on my flight home, we flew all the way up to almost the northern area of Santa Barbara and then came across to avoid a whole bunch of turbulence. In other words, getting to where you need to go includes everything. So you need to begin to reframe obstacles. Here's an obstacle that I heard. I don't think I'm ready to talk about this stuff yet. Get over that. You got to let that go and take whatever little success you have, grab it, and make that your story. If I was still waiting to know everything about NLP and be perfect before I start teaching people how to improve their life, I wouldn't be teaching yet. Let me say that again. If I was sitting back waiting to become perfect and totally 100% on all level empowered, I would still not be teaching NLP. I had to sit there and go, life isn't about a straight line to your goal. It's not about this wavy thing. It's everything in between. All of the ups, downs, good, bad, happy, sad, and here's the deal. Successful people, they don't see obstacles. They see learning opportunities or mile markers on the path. Some goals you wouldn't know you're closer to unless you hit an obstacle. That's just it. Plain and simple. Obstacles need to become a moment of celebration for you. You have to sit there and go, yes, here is a learning opportunity for me as an individual to gain more knowledge about myself. Done. The other thing that you guys need to begin to put out there in your future as a part of your goal is this idea of a J curve. It's called momentum. This comes from my business background. If you have $10,000 to invest, we put $10,000 in an investment account for Ethan, and Ethan's earning about 2% a month. He's earning about 2% a month on that. And it's an investment strategy that we do. I talk about it at MasterCrack sometimes. And back to my whole point, 2% a month is not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money at all. That's a small amount of money. Sometimes he only brings in a couple $100. Sometimes he only brings in 100 and something bucks. And he looks at it and he's like, oh, Dad, that's not a lot. But if you look out into the future and you're able to earn 2% a month, that $10,000 is now, I don't know, $100,000. You gain more momentum. You're still only earning 2%, but instead of it being a couple hundred a month, it's a couple thousand a month that you're bringing in. So in other words, there's a time multiplier when it comes to money. Same thing when it comes to fitness too, actually. In the beginning, my fitness was all about learning the program, and I wasn't able to push my body. Nowadays, I can actually push my body. If I'm in the right mood, if I'm wanting to like kick it up a notch, I can push myself and gain way more momentum now than I could when I first started working out. What gets me excited about Beachbody is not how much I've currently made, what I can see down the road as to the earning potential of this, not just with success stories like Jason, with my own way of having set this up with Greg and with everyone on the team. I see a future earnings potential that gets me excited about taking action now. The first check that came in from Beachbody to me was something like $120. No disrespect, but I get $20,000 a day to go in and teach at corporations. I was on a conference call today with a company that wants to bring me in, and they are willing to pay me 20 grand a day. I'm seeing if it's possible that I go do this. I get $75,000 a year for one-on-one coaching. I only take 3 clients. I only take 2 clients. I was thinking I could take 3, but I'm just holding it back to 2 right now. The guy that I'm working with, his contract is up in a month, and he said to me, if anyone tries to take my spot, let me know right away, and I will pay. Okay, I said, no problem. He's renewing. So in other words, I get paid $150,000 a year just to coach these 2 people. I work roughly 5 hours a week to do that. I do a breakthrough session with them. They are getting phenomenal results. I'm not telling you these things to impress you. I'm telling you these things because when I got my first Beachbody check, I looked at it and went, okay, $100. Not the biggest check that I've gotten this year or last year or the year before that. It's probably the smallest one. Right now, with having just done a little bit of talking on stage about this, we have made, we, meaning me, Sumi, my mom, who is one of the people within this, I'm looking at the 3 of us, the way we set up my business center, we've made $5,945.07. That's an accurate number down to the penny for you guys in under 4 months. That covered my mortgage payment, plus all the utilities, plus leftover for groceries. I covered 1/12 of my monthly expenses. That's nothing to complain about. That's actually some pretty good shit. There is bank sitting on your strong leg. There are a couple of people that Greg has called up and said, dude, the fact that you signed up early, here's what you could be earning right now if you would just do something. Here's your earning potential. There is bank sitting on your strong leg. You got to begin to get going with it. We want you to be successful, not just because it's going to put money in our pocket. I had someone, I can't remember where it was. It may have been San Jose. I had someone in San Jose say, you just want to sign up a whole bunch of people in order for you to be able to make more income. And I said, look, it would be a lie if I said to you that I didn't have an interest in this. Yes, I make money from it. I said, let me get really clear about something. The way that we structured it is really a win-win and true abundance model. One of the things that Greg said to me that one of the nicest compliments that I've gotten in recent times, Greg has gotten to be with me on the road since October, and his words were, you actually live abundance and prosperity. He said, I have taken so many trainings, I've seen people He's like, just the way you set it up, just the way you give coaches to people, the way you have set this up for the team, not just Greg, not just me, how we have set it up for everyone. It's a true abundance model. It is a model of let's all prosper. And if I hadn't done that, that number probably would be about 2 or 3 times bigger if I had done the typical network marketing. I hate the word greedy, but network marketing where it's all about me, me, me. If I had set it up and handled it all myself, that number would be about 3 times larger than that. Maybe even more. I don't know. Greg might know, but I don't care to know. You want to know why? Because I'm looking in the future and seeing how this is a win-win for everyone. How we've set up the team for you guys is optimal. Total success across the board. So here's the deal. Successful people have a different mindset. Let's talk about that. Successful people have a purpose, why they're doing something. They have an outcome, a clear focus. Successful people see opportunities where other people see failures. Opportunities for learning, opportunities for growth, opportunities for income, opportunities for, you name it. Successful people see opportunity, and it literally changes their entire perspective on things. Bruce Lipton, in the book Biology of Belief, and in his follow-up book, The Honeymoon Effect, which I've read both of these books cover to cover, specifically talks about the change in your physiology when you begin to believe that you are a successful person. He says that when he runs trainings, he gets people to say to themselves, I love me. And he says there are so few people that are able to do that, that most people have total difficulty, if they're honest, saying those words. I love who I am. You guys want to know something? God, I love who I am. I really do. I say that with all humility. I so love who I am because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I know my purpose. He said, here's the really weird thing. Bruce Lipton, for those of you who don't know, is a cell biologist who went from this whole model of we're ran by our genes and things are predetermined and I was born into this family, and because I'm born into this family, I'm fucked, and I mean, you name it. And he says at the beginning of The Honeymoon Effect, he says, no, I'm sorry, at the beginning of Biology of Belief, he says, scientists who read this book are going to go, yeah, duh, this has been known since the 80s. And then he straight up says, the problem is the general population out there, that's us. I'm throwing myself in with this. The general population out there who's fed by the media and by Hollywood and these naysayers who say that we're stuck with what we got. We are so behind the times on the truth. It's not even funny. At this next tuna training that I'm going to be teaching next week, I'm going to change it up a whole level because I went back and reread Biology of Belief, and I'm scratching my head going, it's not even possible for someone to say to me anymore, oh, I'm stuck with this problem because of my genetics or because of my family or because of this or because of that. You know what? That's total bullshit. And I'm saying that sincerely. That is such a lame excuse. Either you get the result or you have excuses. People who think that they're screwed up because of all of these things that have happened in the past, that's like people who thought the world was still flat after they had been the globe had been circumnavigated a dozen times. And there were still some people that were holding out. People who think that they can't change their approach to success are like people who didn't think the internet was going to catch on 5 years ago. People who were still fighting the internet. I mean, it's literally that ludicrous as far as I'm concerned now. My belief system is such that your future is in your hands right now, and how you look at something as opposed to making up an excuse or a reason is 100% in your control. And that's not just me talking. I'm sure someone will be watching this video one day going, oh, he's crazy because I have this problem, that problem. No. Straight up, science has now validated all these things that I'm saying. If you believe that, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're going to go down that path. The truth is the total opposite. The truth is that your perception of reality is totally in your head, and that your reality changes externally and physiologically the moment you begin to believe that you are empowered as an individual. how many times have I recommended read Biology of Belief? For God's sake, I was so thankful. I was so absolutely thankful. I had my advanced HUNA students on a webinar, and I was like biting my tongue, and I said, how many of you have actually read my book? The book about the shadow, because I want to teach some advanced concepts on the shadow. I was so proud. All of them except one had read it, and the one that hadn't is a new student, a new level 4 student. And I sat there and went, that's freaking awesome. Because I was honestly expecting people to go, I haven't had time, I haven't read it, because that's the normal thing that I hear. I don't get it. I read right now. I hope you guys do too. But I don't read crap. I read things that help me become more empowered as an individual. I don't care if you read my book. Go read Biology of Belief. Go read The Honeymoon Effect. It's going to change your opinion about how much control you have over your reality and whether or not you should be a successful person. And straight up, for God's sake, you guys, use the skills that you have on yourself. Use the resources you have available, the practitioner level resources, these webinars. I wish more people were on here. I know some of you work and you're watching this in the video. That is awesome. I expect more people to step up after they hear these types of talks, because straight up, man, it's in your hands. It's totally up to you. So successful people have a purpose. Successful people see opportunity where other people see failure. Successful people either get their results or they figure out a way to get their results. They refuse to buy into excuses. Successful people know that the world is their projection, and successful people use the skills that they have on themselves and improve their life. So let's go big picture before we open it up to questions. Number one, practice these principles for success. Look at obstacles as a learning opportunity. Look at obstacles as an opportunity for you to learn more about yourself and your path. Focus on the now with what you're doing and see the future opportunity. I look forward to running this webinar 6 months to a year from now and adjusting that figure. And I'll keep the old figure up. Here's where I was in 4 months. Here's where I am now. And I'm going to see that J-curve momentum picking up. I'm going to be proud to tell you guys how much I'm making. I will give you guys transparency on how much I've made doing this. My reasoning for that is simple. I want you guys to see how successful an individual can be doing this. And you use the resources you have. Use the resources. Greg gets asked questions that are answered in the Beachbody training. Greg gets asked questions that we've explained in webinars. We need you guys to step up and take action. And I need you to forgive Greg if Greg's response to you is, that's handled in a Beachbody training, you need to do it. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense for us to do the Beachbody training one-on-one. The people that I talk about, the people that I do shout-outs to over here and say these guys are kicking it up a notch, you're going to hear me talk more and more about these individuals. Oh, shit, awesome. Greg's total since beginning, you guys ready for this? I'm super fucking proud of this. Greg's total since beginning is $9,832.15. He just texted me his total. You want to know why I'm proud? Because the guy that says that he works for me is actually my upline and has made more money than I have in this. And I am 100% proud of that, because the guy should be killing it doing this because of what he gave up and the opportunity that he took to be here. I am so proud of that. And he should always be making more than I am because of the position in network marketing. And guess what? That's fucking awesome. I've dropped a lot of F-bombs in this one. I'm all fired up. You guys got to forgive me. That is so awesome. I want you guys to be ultra successful. There are people that are beneath us in the downline that if they build up their weak leg and it becomes their strong leg, they have the potential of exceeding what we make, especially if we ever take our foot off the gas. Here's the deal, you guys. We are fired up. I hope you guys are fired up too. I mean, straight up, use the resources. We are a resource for you. I'm spending my time away from my kid right now to be here with you, to get you fired up and to get you excited about this opportunity. I'm so glad that I have a group of you on here. Those of you who are watching the video, I appreciate that life goes on. And there will be times where Greg is going to be running one of these and I'm going to be teaching. And that's just the way it goes. And guess what? We're here at 100%. You guys step up. We're here to meet you. Big time, plain and simple. So what questions do you guys have? This is your opportunity to ask anything. I got time. As soon as I'm done with questions, though, I'm grilling some fish. I got some ono. Got some salmon, although I don't like salmon. He checks my text messages. Oh, Greg's fired up now. Greg's going to hit fucking $10,000 pretty soon. Oh, man. No questions? Holy cow, man. I posted on this webinar thing that I was going to take questions. Any question you got? You want to know what I want to eat tonight? You guys, what do you want to know? What size pants I wear now? What do you got? Anything. Usually you guys clamor for questions. What size pants, Susan? Suzanne is fucking, she's like, all right, well, fuck, what size pants do you wear right now? I went from a size 46 to a size 30. There's a picture of me. I'll post it up on our group. I'm wearing a T25 shirt. Hindsight's always 20/20. I wish that I had been wearing my P90X because honestly, I'll be straight up. I did not like T25. I gave it a try. Insanity Max is significantly better. But I was wearing a T25 shirt, and I hold my pants up right in front of it. And it's the pants that I was wearing when I became a trainer of NLP, and they were a size 46. 46, and I'm in a 30 right now. I am in a size 30. I don't know how appropriate it would be on a webinar to take my pants off and actually show you the label, so I'll take a picture of it. I was a little bored with the T25. Yeah, Suzanne, this is a good discussion. I love this kind of discussion. I really do. Let's have a discussion. I got bored of T25. Hey, I got bored of P90X, you guys. I've been doing it since December of 2009. I got bored of it. I text messaged Jason, and I said, dude, help me out. I got to do a better core workout, and I'm so tired of core synergistics. And he turned me on to a couple things that I can do for my core. One of them is an Insanity Max. The other one is a P90X2. I don't know why I didn't think of it, but sometimes I don't think of everything. Those of you who become Diamond, when you guys become Diamond, I have an app. I have an app called, what is it called? Line 2. I have an 800 number. Well, it's an 888 number. And when you guys hit Diamond, you guys are going to get a secondary cell phone number that I have, which is going to allow you to text message me directly. I'll also, if you have an iPhone, give you an iCloud email address where you can text me directly. And I'm going to start supporting our diamonds. And if that gets overwhelming, Greg will take that over, and I'll support our one-star diamonds. But I'm going to start supporting you guys. And simple questions like that. The fact that I can text message Jason, a guy who has 25% of all Beachbody coaches under him, I can text message him directly and go, dude, I need some help. My workout sucks. What can I do? And he responded. I will respond to you guys. I'm straight up making myself available to those of you who step up and do this. That's my commitment to you. Thanks for your time. Pamela, in what order should your books be read? Cute question. I would, even if you've done all the trainings that you've done, Pamela, I would read Find Your Purpose, Master Your Path first, because the second book, Find Your Purpose, Integrate the Shadow and Master Your Path, sorry, is the title of it. That's the follow-up. The Shadow book is the follow-up to Find Your Purpose, and it builds. The Huna book could be read before or after that. I do reference the Huna book, obviously, because I reference my older books. But I would recommend reading Find Your Purpose first and then The Shadow second, because it will set you up for a greater level of success. Do it. Tara, awesome that you're on here, man. You are killing it too, Tara. You are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for being on here. No questions, and thanks for the reminder about Principles for Success. My pleasure. I really, Tara, and I hope, and I know you guys are staying here and listening to me ramble on about this. You want to know what? We straight up want you to be successful. And because, listen, it's a win-win. We want you to be successful because, yes, Greg's paycheck, my paycheck are going to kick it up a notch when you're successful. You know how awesome it feels to just sit there and go, I've made a difference in someone's life? That is truly one of my deeper motivations. One of the reasons why I do it. I'm on Jason's Beachbody team call, and there's a lady on there. Greg, remind me of her name. Ariel? The lady of the name was Ariel. Ariel. Here I am, and there's 15 minutes left, and Jason says, let's open up to questions. And Jeff, who is Jason's right-hand man, like how Greg is for me, he says, oh, there's a lady on here named Ariel, and she wants you to tell the metaphor about your Mercedes-Benz metaphor. And I'm like, okay, hold up. That's an old metaphor. I mean, that's like 90s, early 2000 old metaphor. I'm like, okay, who is this? And they turn the microphone on for her, and it's a lady named Ariel. She said, I did your training. I did your training over 10 years ago. And she said to the group, she said, I want to tell the group that these things are amazing. These NLP techniques, she goes, I recommend them to everyone. She said, I used the NLP techniques to help my son overcome certain things. And if not for what I knew and those techniques, my son would have never made it to the Olympics. And my son was in the Olympics for hockey. And I sat there and I went, that is so awesome. Indirectly, I helped someone get to the Olympics. No, I'll never get credit for that. There's not going to be any, Larry King live television show for me on that one. The mom should get all the credit for it. And I sat there, and it wasn't a webinar where anyone could see me. I just sat there. I had the phone up against my, and I stopped for a moment. I went, this is why I do what I do. I have my personal reasons, my family and wanting my time. And I just sat there and I went, 10 years ago, when I wasn't even at the peak of my game, where I wasn't even a doctor, where I was struggling with things, I made a difference in someone's life that I never met. How awesome is that? I slept so good that night. I went to bed and I felt really, I got to brag about this. I felt really good. You want to know what's going to be amazing to me? When someone like Pamela, who just asked a question and just said, thanks, what order should these books be in? Well, what if 10 years from now, Pamela is making, a couple $100,000 a year going around the planet just helping people get into an amazing level of fitness? I helped out with that. I helped out. That is a good feeling. That's what truly gets me excited. That's why when Greg texts me how much money he's made doing this, I'm thoroughly excited by that and thrilled because that is badass. That's so awesome. Tom, what's the name of the app you put your workouts in again? Oh, yeah. Tip of the day. You guys ready? Tip of the day. Tip of the day. Fitness Point. It's Fitness Point Pro. Fitness Point Pro. Yeah, it doesn't really have an about. Fitness Point Pro. I don't know. When you turn it on, it looks like that. I think that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It took a little bit of time to put the workouts in. I track my workouts, and I was talking to Greg about this when we were working out in San Diego. And he says, why do you track your workouts? And I said, because sometimes I wake up and I go, I'm not really overly excited. And I said, at the very least, I got to match what I did last time. It helps keep track of what I did last time, and it allows me to push myself. It allows me to push and to see. I have an older app that I use. The guy stopped supporting it. I have offered him money for the app. I was going to buy the app and make it available to our team. It was a fabulous app. And I have my workouts in there going all the way back to 2009. I can tell you how many push-ups I did the very first time I did P90X chest and back. Not a lot. I think at the end, they do this thing called a side tri-rise on arms where you push yourself off the ground and you use your tricep. And I think I did 1 the first set and 0 the second. It's in my app. But I'm using a different app now. I'm using Fitness, what did I say? Fitness Point Pro. It's got a white guy doing this. Anyway, that's the one that I use. Hope that helps out. What else you guys got for me? That's it? Oh, Suzanne, one more then. Talk about your thoughts on demand. Suzanne, on demand. I got mixed feelings about it. I'll tell you what, first of all, I'm excited, number one, because Beachbody is actually getting into the technology. I'm so happy to see that, because I have actually sat there and gone, when the heck are they going to step up and get into the world of downloadable? If you rip a DVD for yourself and you don't distribute it, that is okay. I take all my Beachbody workouts and I rip them and I put them on my iPhone. I put them on my iPad. I don't have my iPad here with me, otherwise I'd show you guys. But if I open up my videos and go to home videos, I got Insanity Max on there, which I own. I got P90X. I got some X2 workouts. I got my P90X one-on-one. What do you guys want to see? Oh, let's do Bun Shaper. Here we go. This is Bun Shaper.
Log on to teambeachbody.com and enter your
It's on my iPhone. I don't need internet for it. So,
$1,000 every day.
Should turn that off now. Okay, so what's my point? My point is that I don't like streaming things as much, but I have a unique thing, and that is I live in Kona where the internet sucks. And Netflix, while my daughter's watching My Little Pony, will occasionally stop and then pick up again. And in the middle of doing a workout like, I don't know, Insanity Max or a cardio workout from P90X, internet interruptions like that would drive me up the wall. I'm in a financial position where I own a lot of Beachbody product. P90X, P90X2, P90X3, P90X Plus, P90X one-on-one. You guys get the theme with that one. T25, Insanity, Insanity Max, P90, just to see what it was, Beachbody, Pio. I bought Pio. I bought mostly all of their workout programs, and I use a program that I can rip them and turn them into iTunes. That's me. I like the on-demand because for someone that is not in a strong financial position where they can just go full tilt boogie and crazy and buy every Beachbody product, it gives you a wide range of products to look at. And when you get really good at working out, mixing and matching, I think is helpful. I think it's going to be amazing for your downline. I think it's going to be an amazing opportunity for them because it gives you an opportunity to sample a whole bunch of them. The downside of getting a physical package and a challenge pack is it's one workout. You better freaking like that workout. I mean, I bought Pio thinking that Sumi would love it, and she hated it. She loves Shaun T. She loves Insanity Max. It is her new, she deleted T25 off of her workout, and she was like the T25 poster child. She's like, I love T25. Insanity Max, she absolutely loves it. T25 is gone. I showed her P90X. She can't stand it. She can't stand it at all. Doesn't like it. What if I had tried to get her into it and ordered her P90 or P90X or Pio? So the downside of ordering a challenge pack is if you don't like it, you don't resonate with the person, you can have a little bit of a negative experience with it. That's just straight up. On-demand gives you a sample and gives you an opportunity. So like I said, I got mixed feelings on it. It's not for me. It's not for me because I travel and I don't know how the internet is going to be at the hotel that I'm in. God forbid I get to some place and I need to stream this on my data plan. I'm going to tear through my data. No, it does not work for me. I will be honest with that. And I would sell it to someone because it gives them a sample. Does that help? Yeah, you said agreed. Awesome. Okay, I think that helps. So, any other questions? Good. Suzanne said it helps. You guys are doing awesome. I want to just wrap up because it doesn't seem like there's any more questions. I want to wrap up with something. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. I mean, sincerely, thank you for showing up tonight. Greg and I are taking the time and energy. Greg, Adrian, and I are taking the time and energy to be here and be a part of this team and support you guys. And this was a last-minute webinar, so I know we probably didn't get as many people. And those of you who didn't show up, I still love you too. I do. And I'm really appreciative. I'm not just appreciative of the amount of money that I've made or Greg's made. I'm appreciative of the fact that you guys actually want to be a part of this team and make a difference and help transform people's lives. And I want to thank you guys for seeing this as the opportunity that we've done, that we've put this as an opportunity for you and said, here you go. This is your chance to actually earn some income and to be able to be a part of a team that I can see in the future doing so well. I'm so glad about that. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but here's what I do know. We are a team, and we're an amazing team, and we're going to do as much as we can to support each other and just have a great time with this. So thank you all. Thank you for being here. And for those of you who are watching on video, see you guys on Facebook. And HUNA starts next week, so I'm not going to see you for 2 weeks. And then we're going to do our best to start doing these on a weekly basis, at least for the first couple of months. And if you guys get tired of seeing my face, we'll stick other people in here. Jason's agreed to come on and talk a little bit once we get fully up and running here. And, oh, on Facebook, send the concerns that you have, because we can do webinars around that. That's the thing. On Facebook, on the health and fitness team, send concerns that you have that you need addressed, anything that you need addressed. Greg, anything else you got? We're launching a 3-day refresh on March 27th. So if you want to join the team and do a 3-day refresh, we are launching it on March 27th. Get your first client and get them to be a part of the 3-day refresh. I lost 10 pounds the first time I did it. There's a fiber cleanse. I had never done a cleanse before. At least I had 10 fucking pounds of shit in me. That's a lot. Can't believe I said that on a recording. It's true, though. It's a true story. I got to fess up. The second time I did the 3-day refresh, I only lost about 5 pounds. So clearly I had some buildup that needed to get out. But that's probably more information than you guys needed. You're like, wow, that's Suzanne is like laughing out loud. I know. There's rapport and then there's an overshare, right? Suzanne, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, okay, we got rapport with this guy. Dr. Matt, you're a cool guy. But that's called TMI, too much information. Thank you. 10 pounds, folks, 10 pounds, first time through. Go to empowermentfitcoach.com. Empowermentfitcoach.com. All one word. Greg will put the link up on the TEP Health and Fitness team page. Click on it and see our website. All the information that you need is there. We're going to do a 3-day refresh together as a team. I'm going to do that one with you. I'm actually going to do that one with you guys because I want to start doing one. I get a 3-day refresh every month. So I like to do one every month. I'm going to do that one with you guys. It'll be awesome. Okay, that's all I got. You're hilarious, Tara. You're hilarious. you guys, the more we get together as a team, you guys are going to see that this is just pretty much me. This is, I know on stage, I hold back a little. The more trainings you take, like, master prac, trainer training, I don't hold back at all. I'm completely insane, you guys. You should know this about me by now. I'm not hilarious. I'm actually institutional. I'm certifiable, Tara. I'm certifiable. Okay, awesome. That's all I got. I'm going to go grill. I'm going to go spend time with my daughter. Thank you all so much. From my heart, I mean it. Aloha, hui ho, class dismissed. Love you all. See you guys on Facebook. Take care. Bye-bye.